Hello everyone, I'm Futi B. Muleka, you're watching The Guest on Gabon 24. Many young people in Gabon or in Africa consider themselves as leaders. Very often, these young leaders operate as student clubs or some other times speakers in schools. Youth leaders have established a new learning culture for civic engagement. Yet, in the context of COVID-19 pandemic, what can be the contribution of the youth in their communities? Dear viewers, the topic being youth leadership against COVID-19 pandemic. Our guest is Mr. Ralph Limangoye, leader and motivator. So, welcome to Gabon 24.
Thank you.
How are we doing?
So fine, so good, thank you.
Very interesting. Please, can you deeply introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, I'm Ralph Limangoye, so coach in leadership and personal improvement.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now maybe it's high time you explain what leadership is all about.
So leadership is about motivating people. You know, leadership is about influencing people, and there is many types of leadership we're going to talk.
Okay.
So the very easiest way of explaining leadership is only the fact of influencing people in different domain and in the community or in the social world.
Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So, if you can share us what is your experience in that environment?
Yeah, I say I'm coaching leadership, but my level of leadership is political leadership because we have a lot of leadership, religion leadership and spiritual leadership.
Okay.
I mean political leadership. So I work a lot with, local community.
Okay.
You know, I help them to improve themselves. I help them to see what is the new means of communication. Okay. I help them to understand themselves and to increase their value and many things, you see.
Pretty interesting. So what do you mean you are involved in political leadership? Is it, well, allow me to ask you the question. If I'm interested, for instance, to become a politician, can I come and be coached, monitored by you? You know?
For sure, you can be, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's, everybody, everybody can be a politician, you know.
Okay.
But the thing is, what do you want by being politician? Do you want to help people? Because the fact of being politician, people see politician like being a president, being a minister, being something or deputy. Politician, being political leadership is you help the government, you go through the local community, you help the government explaining what is there. If people, if the local community don't understand very well what the government said,
sure,
you have to explain it to them.
Oh, pretty interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
You have to explain, this is the good way, this is the good news, this is what the government wants us to do, and we can go through this way.
Oh, pretty. So it's like, so if I understand, you are very useful to members of parliament, to deputies, members of parliament.
Exactly. I work with one of them.
Okay.
And so it's, I go through explaining this kind of situation and telling to, I don't like saying population. I like saying my parent.
Oh.
You know, because everybody here is my parent.
Okay.
So, and I have to work with them, let them understand. So, and if they understand, I'm happy. If they don't understand, I'm not happy. Yeah?
That's very interesting. Wow. One more time, congratulations for your involvement in, let's say, youth coaching. That's very interesting. All right. Well, if you allow me now, what can be the involvement, okay, or the contribution of the youth in the communities to better fight against COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, before answering, it's important to explain what is youth leadership. Youth leadership is the fact of training young people, because young people are change agents, you know, they have to change something. So what is the contribution of young people or youth? A lot of contribution, you see. If you don't sensitize them, they don't know what to do. You have to sensitize them. They do many things. They explain their parents also to remember. You have to remember them to really see how to fight against COVID-19, because COVID-19 is a very big problems in our society, but people neglect it. They think it's not a big problem, but it's very big problems. So young people trying to understand and to manage this disease, this pandemic, yeah.
So within schools, for instance, what do you think, what kind of activities, because we know that in a very short while, I mean, school will resume the academic year.
Yeah.
So do you think students maybe can create COVID-19 pandemic clubs, or I don't know, what kind of...
For sure, but the limited access of people, the gathering of people is only 30 persons. So they can create something, they can create programs of sensitizing others to say, pay attention of barrier gestures, pay attention of this, because we're still in COVID-19.
Sure.
We're still in COVID-19. We have to pay attention about it.
Wow, that's very interesting. Well, we know that some youth who are interested in becoming leaders face the problem of whether sponsorship or partnership. What is the approach? What can you tell them in order for them to easily, find partners, to maybe finance their activities in their communities?
Yeah, before having a sponsor, before going to a sponsor, first you have to create something.
Okay.
Maybe an association, maybe an NGO.
Sure.
For instance, I got my own NGO.
Oh, brilliant.
It's Educare. It is the NGO that promote the education in local community, in the villages. So if they want to do leadership, or if they want sponsor to help them, they have to be in a group first.
Okay, sure.
They have to be in a crew, and they have to create something to gather themselves and try to have the same vision and go through what they want to do and helping people. Now the sponsor can see what they are doing, and they can help them.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. Well, now, if suppose I have a lot of money, okay? Let me say so. Maybe I'm from a very rich family, and moreover, I have big degrees, like I have whether a master's degree in something or even a PhD.
Yeah.
My question is, does having a lot of money or having big degrees make a person a leader in his community?
It's a big mistake to people think that it's you can have a lot of money. People, I like saying, let me take the quote from John C. Maxwell. He said, people don't like to follow people because they have to follow people.
Okay.
You see, it means that if you want me to follow you, it's not by your money. Your money is, I'm fed up your money.
Oh.
If you want me to follow you, you have to inspire me.
Okay.
You have to help me to grow up, because leadership is a matter of people, not a matter of money.
Okay.
You see, so you can have money, people can follow you, but when you will not have money, or when money will finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody will follow you.
Oh, come on, man. So money is not really important in demonstrating that a person is a leader.
No.
That's pretty interesting. Well, we're moving toward the end of this television program. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching The Guest on Gabo 24. And we're having Mr. Raf Limangoye, who is a motivator, all right, and a leader as well. Well, please, sir. But I think having a lot of contacts is quite important for a leader.
Yeah, it's quite important, because leadership is networking, in fact. You must have a lot of contacts.
All right. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Well, so is there any difference between a leader and a manager?
Very big difference. But people don't like having some
confusion.
Some confusion, But it's very big.
Okay.
Problems. Very big, difference. Leader is referring to people. You cannot talk about leadership if you don't have people.
Okay.
Management is, you can be alone and have your target, objectives, your purpose.
Okay.
This is management. You go through your target. You can be alone. Nobody will run you. You do your business, you manage yourself, you manage your life, you do what you want to do. It's management. But leadership is, if you want to talk about leadership, it's people around you.
Okay.
If you don't have people around you, because one of the key of leadership is to have people around you.
So when you mean people, is it if I have maybe 2 people after me, around me, is it enough or?
It's enough.
Okay.
Because people start with 2 people, 2 persons.
Okay, because
it's enough. If you influence 2 persons, it's enough.
Pretty interesting.
If you cannot start with many people.
All right.
You start with few people, and now you increase your leadership, you increase your influence, and
Pretty interesting.
now you grow up.
Thank you very much, sir. Maybe, not maybe, but you have a last word for the viewers in the sense of in the sense of telling them to the viewers particularly how they can become leaders. This is going to be your last word. And
Thank
that, and particularly in that COVID-19 pandemic context, or even after the crisis, how can they become leaders?
So just be a person, just start and watch leadership styles, try to focus on what people are doing. So if you want to be a leader, start. Don't waste, don't wait for somebody to help you being a leader. Start, have a vision and the determination and go through.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Start, you don't need to wait. It's high time you started to become a leader. So we've come to the end of this television program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. I recall that you are Mr. Alpha Limangoye, leader and motivator. Today's program was related to youth leadership against COVID-19 pandemic in Gabon. Ladies and gentlemen, dear sir, keep watching Gabon 24 live on our social networks now displayed in the bottom of your screen. We invite women to take part in the Pink October Female Cancer Screening Test. Moreover, watch out, COVID-19, if it's not yet over, so please keep practicing the barrier gestures for your health. Thank you. Goodbye.